Well, it's the final home game before the new year as the Idaho Steelheads and Utah Grizzlies clash here tonight for a 7:10 p.m. face-off from the Idaho Central Arena. Cam McGuire here alongside Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Well, Sheen, a little bit of an unorthodox week with the no Wednesday game. I feel like we haven't been in game action in about 2 years, but in terms of that, how do you guys use that to your advantage with some more practice time here this week?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a different week than we've kind of been in for the last month and a half or so. So it's been good. We gave the guys an extra day off. Had a couple hard practices, and then a shorter one yesterday to get the energy up. But we took full advantage of essentially 2 extra practice days than we normally get, and hopefully it shows this weekend.
Steelheads coming off a 3-game series against Rapid City last week. They were victorious 5-4 in overtime on Wednesday, 4-1 on Friday night, and then fell in the series finale by a final score of 7-4. I know we talked in between game 2 and 3, but haven't had the chance to talk about Saturday night's game. But we'll kind of just leave the floor open. Your overall thoughts from that 3-game set where you grabbed 4 out of a possible 6?
We kind of talked about it last week where, Wednesday wasn't necessarily our best game overall, but, credit to our guys, we battled all the way to the end and ultimately got the overtime victory, which was huge. Anytime you get 2 points is massive. And then thought Friday we played a very complete hockey game. Took control right away, ended up getting a 4-1 win, and our guys played the right way from start to finish. Saturday I actually liked our game kind of overall. It was kind of a weird game back and forth. We didn't have a single power play, which you don't see too often. But I liked our guys' battle, our compete. We made a couple mistakes down the stretch, and then they got an empty netter. But again, overall, I thought it was a good week. You take 4-6. We've kind of gotten used to taking 3 every week, so that one stung a bit. But we'll take 2 or 3 for sure.
Well, it's been a busy week in terms of roster movement. Jared Moe earlier today reassigned by Texas after being released from his tryout. He will start here tonight for Idaho, but a couple of newcomers to the squad. I want to ask you first here with forward Sam Sternshine, a player that spent time in the league last year with Reading and Wichita, and you guys actually saw him a couple times when he played the Steelheads with the Thunder, and I know he's a player that you guys were kind of recruiting out of college.
Yeah, we tried to get him after his senior year there to come join us, and ultimately he went to Greenville or Jacksonville, I believe. And we saw him in Wichita. We kind of like his game. We kind of got the heads up that Svanenberg was going to be heading back overseas to be closer to family. So when he came available, we jumped at the chance to bring him in and fill that spot. So we're excited to see him. He's got the tools. He's a good kid, ready to work, and it'll be good.
Yeah, he had a great 4-year career at Penn State, helped them to a Big Ten championship. And then defensively speaking, you bring in Roman Rodzinski out of Canadian College, Concordia University in Montreal. Had played a couple years in the Quebec Major Junior League before that. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, he looks good. He's a young kid, but he seems very mature for his age. He skates well, moves the puck well, he competes. He just said school wasn't necessarily for him, so he wanted to get his pro career started. And, we were at a situation where we needed to bring in some D-men with Dawson going back up to the American League. So brought him in. I think he's going to be a tremendous addition to this team.
Well, we talked earlier this morning. This is just the 3rd of 14 total meetings with Utah. I feel like we haven't played them in an eternity. And obviously, like we said, we haven't seen them that much. We know what their record is on paper. But as we saw last year, you can't take this team lightly. And when Utah and Idaho clash, it's going to be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, always. It's always they always play us hard. It's always hard-fought series. Like I said, it's been a while. Compared to last year, we felt like that's all we'd played up until Christmas was Utah. So it's been a bit different, but looking for them to come compete here tonight, and like we said, always play us hard. So we got to be ready to go.
All right, there you have it. That's Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Sheener, as always, thanks for the time. Best of luck and have some fun tonight.
Appreciate having me, Cam.